Hello, hello. Welcome to Sparkle.Sanctuary. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Rebecca. I have a massive unboxing from Michaels. This is technically a Jonathan Adler times Michaels, and then those ones are Make Market. I wanted to show you all of them because I recently purchased them. None of them have special diamonds, so I'm not going to go into the diamonds or anything like that. Hopefully we can get through these super duper quick. If I can get through all of these in less than 30 minutes, I'm going to feel really good about myself. So anyway, hopefully you enjoy, hopefully you stick around, and hopefully you'll give this video a thumbs up if you like these unboxings. All right, so I'm going to put a few of these aside. I think these are ones that I'm most interested to see, so I'm going to hold on to those a little bit longer. Let's see if I can make some space here. Okay, so I'm going to, now they have some, this is the summer set. They have some new things that they've been coming out with. And so I am just going to kind of get into this. First of all, there is a price on these. They say they're $14.99. I did not pay that much for that. For butterflies, I paid $11.89. This one is called, it is literally called Butterflies. For people that don't know, they will put the names of these kits literally on the back or on the side. So this one is right above. So here's the thumbnail of the 6 butterfly images. That's the name Butterflies there. On this one, there's a thumbnail here. There is a thumbnail here. There's one here too. And this one says it's pink flowers. So this one is called Dragons. And then this one, the name is Books and Flowers. There's the thumbnail there. And then this one, the name is Mountain and Castle. They don't like go all elaborate with the names or anything like that. That's just what these are, okay? And so just kind of an idea of what they do with these boxes. They're all, I mean, if you look at these, they're all pretty much the same. This one's smaller, so the contents information is on the side instead of the back because it's not long enough to have that. But basically, they all have the pre-printed canvas. They all have pre-sorted diamonds. They all have a stylus gripper, a craft tray, a wax caddy, and an instruction sheet. Now, this one in that says that there are 26 colors in butterflies. This one says there's 32 colors, and this one says there's 32 colors. So these ones have the same amount of colors. I'll review those when I get to them. I was going to start with that one, but we'll just start with this one. Okay. I am curious what these little ones look like. They are supposed to be 4 by 6 inch little, oh yeah, they're like in there. Maybe I can get them out. Anyway, Make Market is only being able to be purchased through Michaels. They have information, instructions on the back. There is the images on the front, and it does tell you 4 by 6 inches or 10.16 centimeters by 15.24 centimeters. Okay. It does say that they're partial, which means that the only part that you're going to diamond paint is the butterflies themselves. The white background is not diamond painted. Okay. Let's get into this. So they all come together in one plastic wrap. And then there is a pin. Let me see. I'll open one of these for sure. There is a pin with a grip, and it's gray, a clear pin with a gray grip. There are some baggies here. I don't know how many. And then there is a little gray tray. And then there is a caddy of wax. Now, when you open this, there are actually 2 of the wax discs, and they do say peel off here. So you want to make sure you peel that up before you stick your pin into that, okay? This little caddy keeps your wax from drying out, which is kind of nice. If you use wax, that's fantastic. I do like blue wax. I like the blue wax. It's a little darker than this, just like I like the really like red wax instead of the pink wax, but you know, I think that they all pretty much work the same. And if you like wax, then I think any of them work. So anyway, that's your basic toolkit that comes with these. Okay. Here is an instruction sheet. It is always one side is in French, one side is in English. Here's the English version. There's the French version. They look exactly the same. It just has instructions on how you're supposed to do work on diamond paintings in case you've never done this before. Okay. And then it came with a legend. So there's that. This says there are 26 colors. And there really are no, that I'm aware of, there's no special drills in any of these kits. So I will just really fast kind of show you See, there's not a lot in each of these because there's not a lot to diamond paint here, okay? So here's the first butterfly. These are actually really decent size. That's my hand. So I like that. The plastic on these is a decent plastic. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It is kind of weirdly stuck around the edges, like it's been heat pressed around the edges, but it's a decent plastic. And then there are numbers here that match the numbers here that also match the numbers here. So if you end up not keeping them in the same place, it's a really good way to line them up with the butterfly set, okay? And this is, again, it's not sticky here, but once you actually get to the butterfly itself, it is really sticky, okay? These are just like plastic canvases. They're not, they don't have the flocked backing like what you would find on like a Diamond Art Club or a Jade Gem Shop or any of those higher end, but these are really decent quality. I don't love square kits, but I do love the rounds, and I feel like there's not too muddied. I will say, people will complain, and I complain too, that the letters that are red are a little bit harder to read. I use a light pad and I don't have any issues typically, okay? So just something to keep in mind. It looks like they're all diamond painted sideways, which is interesting. So there's the actual letters going that way, okay? I don't see any blurry letters. So it is a nice thick, but here's, oh, that's such a pretty one. I love the blue. I wonder what that's going to look like when the red around the outside doesn't. So you won't notice the red once you get the drills down, okay? So here's this one. So that's what that blue one is. See, there's like this black dark edge around it. So it's not going to look like that. This one is supposed to be like a gray and red. Ooh, that's upside down. This one's orange and yellow. Oh, that is very interesting. So this is this image here. Let me pull that in closer. See what that looks like? Lots of blues, and that is all of this red lettering is blue diamonds. So that'll look different. And then this one is all green and black, but with that, where that red lettering is where there's black, okay? It looks like they all like thematically have the same drills through them. So like this one, the letter A is 310, which is black. And just the same as this one, letter A is 310, which is black. So if there's a letter A in them, you'll know that that's what that is. So you can kit all of these up into a 26 kit set and then just go with it. And you'll be able to work on all of them that way. I kind of like that they're all together like that. This is nice and easy to travel with and to use. So, and they do have this like edging around there. I like that that's almost got like a frame around it. And that's pretty cool too. Okay. All right. So that was butterflies. Let me get this one put away and I'll get out the next one. So the next one I want to get into is this pink flowers. This one has, like these two both have frames on them. I don't know if you can see that from the thumbnail, but there's a frame that goes around these. I have a couple others that have these frames. I've only completed one that has a frame on it and I liked it. So I've purchased several of these other ones. I do really like the size point. These are 11 by 14 inches or 27.9 centimeters by 35.5 centimeters. So they're, you know, just like 30 by 35 essentially. And again, all of the information on the box is the same. Again, this box these were $14.99. I paid, how much did I pay for this one? For pink flowers, for dragon, and then for these two as well, I only paid $7.64. They were on a really good deal. I feel like half price is by far the way to go if you can. I feel like $7.64 is an amazing deal for an entire diamond painting, okay? Even if it is kind of smaller. So it's, you know, one that can go in a frame. It comes with a frame. I will show you one of the frames in case you've not seen that before. But so there's our instruction sheet. Here's our legend. So our legend shows 32 colors. It looks like there's lots of pinks in here. These are like daisies, and I love daisies. So same toolkit as was in the other one. So I won't show you that. And the same instruction sheet was in the other one. Here are the diamonds. Like I said, lots of pinks. Okay. And I won't open that up because that'll be a lot of crinkle, but that is some really pretty colors. Now these are poured glue, so I'm going to go ahead and roll this back just so we can see what this looks like a little bit easier. Oh, and see, look, isn't this a lovely size? I'm going to move those over a little bit. Isn't this, okay, there's my hand in comparison. All right. This just is such a lovely size. Like like it doesn't look like it's going to be too confetti heavy. So confetti is where there is a lot of changes of colors in a small section, making it take a little bit longer to do, versus color blocking where you have like clumps of one color that make it go really, really fast because you can use a multi-placer. I will show you really fast after I get this placed down. This corner here looks like the plastic cover wrap has been bent up, and so the stick right there is a little bit exposed. I do want to make sure I push this, get this folded over and get that pushed down so it doesn't dry out the glue there. So make sure you're kind of mindful of those things. Yeah, it's sticking down now, so not a problem. But the plastic goes over the edge some here because there is no edge of the diamond painting there. So really fast, I will go in and zoom in, go back to the color blocking. So like this, you can use a multi-placer. Let me see if I can get the glare off of there. There we go. I can use a multi-placer on this color here, but like in here, there's going to be lots of color changes. While this looks like, at first it looked like it was going to be nothing but confetti, that seems to have some line blocking. I think this is actually going to work up faster than it looks like it will. So yeah, that's just absolutely gorgeous. I love daisies and flowers. This is so pretty. Really fast, let me show you this. If I can get this open. I want to show you how this framing kind of works. Let me see, I may have to get some kind of scissor or knife to open this up. Tweezers I was given at a diamond painting retreat. Thank you for giving me those. That was helpful. Keep them handy by my desk for opening stuff. But okay, so plastic wrap around these and additional plastic wrap. It looks like it has a warning on it, but if you see, one of them has a string on it and the other one does not. So you want to place, I'm trying to remember. So the magnets, so there's two of them, okay, like this. And the one with the string is actually going to go with the string up on the back side of your canvas like this. And then you will place your canvas down on top of it like that. Kind of line it up as best you can. And then this will go, nope, I turned it around. That was giving me, it wasn't connecting them together. It was actually pushing them apart. So magnets will click together if they're right, and they will push each other apart if they're not, okay? So you'll want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. But you'll take the bottom part and do the same thing on the bottom. Get those lined up. And you can move these around. That's the neat thing. You can move it around to where you want it to be so that they're lined up. And then I need to move this one over some because it's off this side too far. But there you go. So once you get the diamonds on there, see how it hangs like that, okay? And then these do, like, if they're bigger images, they won't hold because this is just magnets. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't go trying to swap this out. This is probably barely going to hold on to it because that will slip right off. Okay. If there's weight to the diamonds and it will hold the canvas down, it may weigh it down out of this. So they put these with specific ones because they will hold them up, if that makes sense. So I had an idea at one point that I was like, oh, maybe I can put this diamond paint. No, you can't. Okay, just to let you know. All right, so anyway, that is that one. Let me put this one away and we'll get out the next one. All right, so now we have dragons. I've gone back and forth. I've kind of waffled back and forth on whether or not this was one I wanted to get. Again, this one comes with the wooden magnets for frame, but I've gone back and forth because this looks like such a dark image. I'm very worried that it's going to come out too dark to recognize the dragon. There's the actual thumbnail. So it looks so pretty. He's like in the forest, and I do think it's going to end up being super dark. I have considered going in and changing out some of the green diamonds in the background for lighter colors, but I just think it's going to take away a little bit of the forested dragon kind of feel that it has. So I'm just going to leave it alone and hope for the best and hope it turns out really nice. Oh, see, there's lots of grays in here. Let's see, there we go. Without the light flash on there. And there's 2 bags. Number 1 is usually $3.10 for them. Not number 1. Anyway, this is definitely $3.10. A is $3.10. And then there's another gray. So there's not a lot of greens, light greens in there, if you can see. It is a lot of dark and muted colors. So like I said, it's probably going to come out really dark. And I could go through and swap all those greens out for a lighter color. I could even swap some of the grays out. Like, I don't know if you can see from this picture, but there's like rocks here underneath the dragon. I can possibly swap those out for like a lighter gray, but I could also just really bling out this dragon. I do have like diamonds that could do that. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what this looks like, and then I can make a better decision. All right. So, oh, that is so hard to come across on screen. Hold on. Let me roll this back. Oh, I'm a little bit, this is not going to be easy for you guys to read. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you can see the dragon on there, but the way that they do their symbols, it's so interesting, and it's kind of hard to come across on screen. But I do think that I could potentially swap out dragon colors. So we will see. I may end up customizing this image, okay? But that is that one for now. It is the same as the pink flower one, 11 by 14 inches or 27.9 by 35.5 centimeters. So it has all of the same aesthetics. In fact, I can take this one and just lay it on top of that one. You'll see they're the exact same size. So I do like these smaller type kits. They're good for travel. They're going to be good for my retreat that I'm going on. They're also really good for like when I've worked on a really large square diamond painting that I could just pull out a round one and work mindlessly through it. So that's pretty nice. All right, let me put this one away and I'll get out the next one. These 3 are the meat and potatoes of the video. These are the ones that I was the most curious about. I do have another Jonathan Adler Michaels diamond painting tray, so I want to kind of show you the difference in those. But first, I really was curious. I saw, I think Katie from Diamonds and Washi open these. It's just even to open, they're easier from the top. And these are actually, so it says that they're 2 8 by 10 or 20.3 centimeter by 25.4 centimeter each. They are diamond art kits. They say that they are 2 pre-printed stretch canvases. So this one has 30 colors, and this one has 47 colors. So I think that they're like the other, like the butterfly one where all the diamonds are together. But if you look at this, you can see this is on a canvas, like stretched out to be, it's already on a frame. So I am curious to see these. These are heavy boxes. I was not expecting them to be so heavy. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I know I've seen these online, but they are just, it does not do them justice. It does not do them justice. Okay, so they come in plastic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there is just a plastic cover. The plastic cover is decent. That is a really good stick. Okay. Oh my gosh. So there's like a wood backing back here to make it really nice and hard to diamond paint, so you're not like pressing into the canvas. When they stretch a canvas, it's really flimsy, as you can see that. So if you're pressing on it, it's going to be malleable, but they put a piece of like plywood, you know, what's that? That foam, not foam board. What's that board called where it's like not real wood? It's kind of like that. Okay. But that's, wow, that's going to work up so nicely. The glue stops right at the edge of the diamonds. I don't know if I can show you that, but there's no glue at the edges. So this will be really nice because you don't have to worry about all that extra glue around the edges getting and gathering debris. However, keep in mind that these are round drills. So between the round drills, there's going to be, because you've got round and round, there's always going to be that little bit of edging where they match up, and there's like a little bit of glue showing. So I would still say you should seal these if you're going to hang them up. Okay. Same kit as before, so I won't show you that. This one does come with a way to frame, like put these, what am I trying to say? Hardware to hang them up. Okay. So you've got hardware for both of them. And then here are the diamonds. They're all together in this one kit. Is there an, yes, okay. So there is a legend. There was an instruction sheet, same as before. There is a legend, okay? So there you go, 30 colors. And so any color, anywhere you're gonna see the letter A, the letter A on this one is 154. So wherever you see the letter A, I don't see 154 on this one. What letter do I see on both of them? That's the same. Okay, so there's 3 on this one and 3 on this one. And they are both going to be 3809. Okay, I wish that they would match these numbers up with the numbers up here. That's just how I prefer things. However, I end up cutting off these numbers anyway once I get them up out of the bags. But it does make it confusing because you need number 1 to match number 1, but then it's the letter A. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so here are those 2 images. These are just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love those. They are, like, you can tell these are canvases and that there's that backing there, though they're heavier than other diamond paintings. Okay, so let's get this one out here. I am so curious as to what this one looks like. I'm going to see if I can pull it out of the plastic wrap without really looking before I show it. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I want to see what these look like separated. Oh, I'm so curious. I'm literally looking at my computer screen to make sure that I'm not showing you guys instead of actually looking at the canvases. Oh, I was trying to pull the plastic cover off of it. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this one. This one. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay. That is the reason I picked these up is because this gives me like Beauty and the Beast kind of vibes. And I love Beauty and the Beast. It's my favorite Disney movie. So, oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, the letter H, is that a purple? 754. Letter H is number 8. Okay, I hope you don't mind. I am going to look at this because I was thinking that was going to be more like a tan color based on the photos or a purple, but I think it's more of a pink. I'm sorry for the crinkle. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Am I looking at the, oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong legend. Oh my goodness, you guys. Here's the legend for this one. This one is much more, it's got 47 colors. Let me see if I can find that. Let me try that again. It is lowercase h, which is, or is that an N? Oh no, it is lowercase h, 3743. So that is a purple. Okay, it is number, what did I say? 39. Oh goodness, I've got to find 39 in all of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and, there we go. Okay, so this mauve-y color is the background for this. That is gonna be so pretty. Oh my goodness, okay. I just like completely got lost in these 2 images and completely forgot that I'm even trying to talk to you guys. These are gorgeous. I liked the other 2, but I like these ones even more. These are so whimsical and princessy. It just, oh, and I think, so I have a daughter who really loves books, and I think she might really like this one. I may end up making this one and giving it to her, but we shall see. Okay, I'm going to get this cleaned up and show you the last thing I have. That last one was all over the place. I apologize. I got so excited about those, and I probably should have saved those for last because that was the one I was most interested in. I am curious about this one though because I did buy a tray. I had, in my post review, I mentioned that I didn't love the way that they laid out the diamonds because they were kind of sporadic and all over the place instead of being lined up like in my typical diamond paintings that I do. They're more like partial. It was more like doing a partial, but it was so big. And that one was like, 35 by 42 or something like that. It was a really big tray. This one is smaller. It is 10 by 14 inches or 25.4 centimeters by 35.5 centimeters. Again, this is still a Jonathan Adler, crossover. Yeah, this tray is so much smaller. It looks so tiny compared to my other one. So it does say it comes with a pre-printed wooden tray, pre-sorted diamonds. There's only 2 colors, a tray cover, a cheat sheet, a stylus, a grip cover, craft tray, wax caddy, and instruction sheet. Okay, so if you see, this is dark blue, and like in my other one, this is the same thing it looks like. Ooh, that is so loud. Get this plastic cover off of here. So sorry, y'all. That was very loud. It looks like the set has the same, it's like a dark blue tray, dark blue wax, and a dark blue pen grip. So this is the exact same thing as the other ones, except instead of gray, they're blue. The pen grip looks black almost, but is definitely to go along with the blue of the Jonathan Adler aesthetic, okay? So a nice thick plastic cover for that. And then in here is the 2 colors. So you've got 1 and 2. You've got black and you've got white. Okay. Let's see. There's a little tiny information sheet. That one's much smaller. I'm guessing this is yes. Oh, look at that little legend. Like I'm going to need this. But anyway, this matches the numbers here. And I don't see any numbers on the tray anywhere. So you just have to know that these go to the tray. Okay. Now these diamonds, sorry for the reflection, but they line up like straight up and down, just like any other regular diamond painting. This is just a wood tray. This is black instead of light blue like my other one. So it all does this black and white match. What you just saw me do was I pulled out, there's like a plastic that goes in here. I pulled that out so that I could kind of see this a little bit better. It's not quite as reflective. But yeah, so there is a little plastic, clear plastic sheet there. So there's a little blue notch here, you pull that and then you open it up. I just wanted to show you, here is the one that I've completed, and here's the one that I just purchased. I wanted to see, yeah, that is right about half the size. So for it to be half, it would need to be there. It is a little bit more than half the size. I think the actual drill field is half, okay, if that makes sense. So if I were to take this and line that up, absolutely. That's like the sides this way match exactly. So if you are interested in one of these trays, kind of pay attention to the size that you're getting, because this is significantly smaller, but I do like this. This would be really quaint for like, if I'm home and I want to make myself like a sandwich and some chips and a drink, and I want to sit someplace that's not my kitchen table, I can put everything in here and go sit down with it on my lap. This is really great for like a little lunch kind of personal tray. This is great for like s'mores and like barbecues and things like that. I could put burgers and chips on here, no problem. This is a nice big tray. This is a nice personalized tray. I really like that. This is going to work up very quickly. I'm going to be able to use my multi-placer like crazy on here. I will get that done very fast. But anyway, I wanted to show you the difference and how this works. These are on sale, so I'm assuming that they are no longer going to be making these. I think their time in the store is basically over. So just kind of, if you're wanting one, I recommend going out and getting one ASAP. It was on sale. I was able to get this tray. So this one was $20.99 on sale, but I had a $10 coupon. So I got it for $10.99. Totally worth it for the little personal tray. This one, I did seal the diamond painting, and then this little plastic piece is covering it. So I can't feel the drills, and it's nice and solid, so I don't have to worry about spills. This one, I will do the same thing. I will put the diamonds on, I will seal it. And then this little plastic cover tray, these peel off to make the plastic here more clear, and then you put that on top of there, and voila, you have a nice tray that is sealed for you. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Thanks for sticking with me so long. Hopefully with editing and everything, I have this under 30 minutes for all of these unboxings, which would be amazing. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know which one's your favorite. Anyway, thanks again for sticking around. Remember, wherever you go to take care of your mental health is a Sparkle Sanctuary. So make sure you are taking time to take care of you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.